All right, Grand Rising. Get this morning started. Going to bring out homage to our ancestors and all that come before us, and get spiritually in tune with ourselves. We go out boom, the boom, the boom, boom, the boom, the boom, boom, the boom, boom, the boom. Ay, ay, you, hey, ay, ay, you. Hit it now. Boom, the boom, boom, the boom, the boom, boom, the boom, boom, boom. Ay, ay, you, hey, ay, ay, you, hey. Kick your leg out. Throw your hands up. Kick your legs out. Throw your hands out. Breathe. Scream. Shout. Get in tune with your body. Get your mindset right. All right. Boom, the boom, the boom, 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 boom. All righty. Here we go. We're going to start out with the Cheddar Man, the first modern Briton. All right. It goes like this. Discovered in Gulf's Cage in Cheddar George, Somerset, England in 1903. Cheddar Man is the Great Britain's oldest complete human skeleton. Though originally thought to be fair-skinned, DNA testing has shown that Cheddar Man was blue eyes, very dark skin, and wavy hair. Because he lived in the Stone Age, Cheddar Man was a part of the hunter-gatherer group who migrated from Africa several thousand years ago. Though little is known about Cheddar Man himself, we do know that he ate a good diet but died a violent death in his 20s. The discovery of the DNA testing of Cheddar Man are important because it challenges what most people think about ancient peoples in European countries. All right, that is Cheddar Man, the first modern Briton. Okay, he's a black man still, who had blue eyes. But anyway, here we go. Let's go see what the phrase of the day is. And it goes like this. It's called Grateful End of the Day. Each night before you go to sleep, inventory some of the things for which you are grateful. Let these things float through your mind and calm your body. Write down at least three things that matter to you. Fall asleep gratefully. All right. Well, I guess we have to say those three things or whatever the case may be. So here we go. I'll say it again. Gratefully, end of the day. Each night before you go to sleep, inventory some of the things for which you are grateful. Let these things float through your mind and calm your body. Write down at least three things that matter to you. Fall asleep gratefully. One more time. Here we go. Grateful end of the day. End of day. Each night before you go to sleep, inventory some of the things for which you are grateful. Let these things float through your mind and calm your body. Write down at least three things that matter to you. Fall asleep gratefully. All right. Who wants to go first?
Hey, I guess that's me, huh?
I guess that is you. Make it do what it do. Grand Rising. Today is a terrific Tuesday. All right. Tuesday is terrific. All right. The
Yes,
floor is
it is.
yours.
Okay, so Grand Rising, everyone. This is Kai calling from, well, I'm from New York, but I'm actually in North Carolina right now, traveling and enjoying life. So the three things that I'm grateful for, one is my health. So that's one thing. And I'm grateful for my family, and I'm grateful for opportunities. One being an opportunity to be able to take care of myself. I like recently, and it's the holiday season, I've been able to afford things without really having to pause too much to think about, can I pay for something? And to me, that's something to be grateful for, because there were times when that wasn't the case, where, I would have to like really pinch pennies and, go without a lot of things. So just being able to provide for my family and for us to be comfortable, that's something that I'm truly grateful for. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much. You being able to provide for your family and not being in any dire straits. You say you're grateful for your health, family, opportunity, and to take care of yourself and afford the things without having to go into your piggy bank, think about it. You're able to go ahead and for things that you probably couldn't before, and you don't have to worry about, oh, let me wait and see. Now the money's coming in nicely, and so you can be able to afford what you want, when you want, how you want. So thank you very much. That's what we need to do. Yeah, we need to go out there and have that health. If you didn't have your health, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. It's great to have the health. I always say without that health, we've got to have that breath before we go ahead and do anything. Your health is very important. Watch what you eat, even in this state right now of COVID. We have to, most people are to talk about pre-existing conditions, meaning you're basically sick before you got sick. So, we have to go ahead and eat properly. Eat, as Nadja would say, let the fruits be your protein and meats, and let the vegetables be your medicine. If we went by that, man, we'd be so much better off. But we started eating all these other things and getting sick and all these other ailments. But if we went ahead and did that and exercised properly, we'd be in great condition. Then you said family. Family is so important. Your family, we start with our family. That's how we start out. Mother, father, children, uncles, aunts, cousins, nieces, nephews, and so forth and so on. We have to be close with our family and, show them the way. Sometimes our family gets lost. Sometimes they get strung out on things. Sometimes they have obstacles, but we have to stay on the straight and narrow, and still they're always going to be family. But you still, no matter what, they're going to be blood. So you go out and do the best that you can for them, but you don't let them take control of you. You still have to be in control of your life, but it's always good, especially during the holiday seasons, to see some family or be hanging out with them. It's always good. I mean, even if they are bad, sometimes you still are, at those good times is what you should remember. All the good things, sometimes the family can be the worst, the worst there is. But if you can control yourself and your health and your mind, you can go ahead and make things great with the family and move on. And they can take, as you being the head, they can take, what I can say, you can be the inspiration to the family. The head, person, the go-to person, the person that has the wisdom as we get older. We're going to be making sure that we can give them information that will benefit them, and they don't have to go through the trials and tribulations sometimes that we have, and we can give them our life experiences. And you talk about opportunity. Opportunity is a great thing because we have opportunity to take control of yourself. I always say you have to know yourself. Once you know yourself, you can go ahead and do many things and find out who we are. But the opportunities, as we say, opportunities don't go away. They just go to someone else. And if you didn't take advantage of it, it'll just pass you by. I'll say passiveness causes others to pass us by. So we have to be ready for that opportunity, be in position, always be in the right mindset. But opportunities are there every day. And if we seize the opportunity for the greatness and the way we can pass on our goodness and our intelligence and our knowledge, it's always a good thing. And opportunity will present itself over and over again. You just have to allow it to go by and go in and grasp it, should I say, and go ahead and put that out there for your family, put it out there for your health. We do combine those three, everything will be all right. So thank you very much, Kai. We really appreciate it. Let me go on to the next. Let's see. I'm going to read the phrase of the day. Here it goes again. It says, grateful end of day. Each night before you go to sleep, inventory some of the things for which you are grateful. Let these things float through your mind and calm your body. Write down at least 3 things that matter to you. Fall asleep gratefully. I'll say that again. Grateful end of day. Each night before you go to sleep, inventory some of the things which you are grateful. Let these things float through your mind and calm your body. Write down at least 3 things that matter to you. Fall asleep gratefully. All right, all right. Who wants to go next?
Grand Rising, how are you guys doing this morning?
Grand Rising. Who are you and where you calling from?
I'm sorry, this is Shuna from La Sierra, California.
Grand Rising, Shuna from La Sierra, California. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I hope you guys had a good holiday.
Yes, ma'am. Holiday. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Yes, indeed. Uh-huh. It's funny you say that song because I was singing that song on the Christmas party.
Oh, okay.
I was on one, but I was being grateful.
There you go.
I had in a state of gratefulness. I have been in a state of gratefulness, just like nonstop, and been in this happy place for a minute now. Just being grateful for life, period. You know, being able to still be here and wake up every day and within my right mind, with all my limbs being functionable. And I think everything, I believe everything is great and on the inside and moving the way it should be. I feel like it is. So I'm grateful for that. Um, I'm grateful that all my children are alive. And I like the idea of jotting down the things you're grateful for at night. You know, usually in the morning is when I do all the grateful affirmations and stuff, but at night, I don't normally do that. I haven't been doing that, but I will start doing that. So um, I do talk about meditation before you go to bed, you know, just to get yourself in a good place. Um, but being grateful before you go to bed, I have not been practicing that, like I said, but I will start doing that because I like the sound of it, I like the idea of it. And I do believe that when you get yourself in a good state of mind before you go to bed, even if you get a little workout in before you go to bed, you know, just to wind down from the day. Because sometimes the day can be just nonstop, you know, and your mind is constantly going. So to have that little meditation time and that grateful time, I think would be helpful to your rest because rest is important. Sometimes some people say you don't need sleep, but I do believe that sleep is important to recharge your body, recharge your mind, because sometimes our body want to keep going, but our mind is just wore out. You know, that's a different type of tired. You know, so yeah, you do want to unwind your mind and uh, before you go to bed. I think that's important for good sleep. Even if you sleep for an hour, some people sleep for an hour, some people sleep for 8 hours. I can't see the 8 hours, but some people do. And yeah, I believe that when you unwind and do the grateful affirmations and have some meditation time before you go to bed, that you don't sleep the 8 hours because you find yourself in that deep sleep faster. And it's the deep sleep that matters because that's when your body is like just 100% down and really resting, and we don't need 8 hours of that. Your body doesn't need 8 hours of that. And I think once you rejuvenate it, then you just wake up and you're refreshed and you feel like you can start the day all over again. And that's pretty much what I get out of that, the great being grateful and for the day. I'm not going to talk a long time. We'll probably talk a long time anyway, but thank you for that. And happy Kwanzaa again, you guys. That's it for me.
All right. Thank you very much, Shuna. Happy Kwanzaa to you as well. You said the state of gratefulness, and that's a great thing. Life, you're happy for life, and to wake up every day in your right mind and have your health and all your limbs to be there. You can function. They're doing all the right things versus the wrong things. All your children, you're happy for your children. You're grateful for that, and to write down our gratefulness at night, so you start implementing that and meditate before you go to bed. And we'll start doing that before you go to bed. Go ahead and meditate and write things down. Also, a little workout in the day, workout at night right before you go to bed, because the day can be, as you said, nonstop. Your mind can keep going consistently, keep going. And sleep, as you said, is important. So you can recharge your body, unwind your mind, relax, meditate, restore your body, even if it's 1 hour or is it 8 hours. you need to unwind and be grateful for these things so you can go into that deep sleep and get that deep sleep. 1 hour, you say probably not 8 hours, but people can do that. They can go ahead and, take that cat nap or take that power nap, whatever the case may be, so you can go out and do what you need to do. It is amazing what sleep can do and how when your body is recharged and go out and deal with life, because life can be ups and downs, hills and valley, peaks, highs and lows, but we have to be able to go ahead and wake up and every day be in the right mind, as you said, so we can go out and deal with the situations that are out there and we can make the day a better day. We can go ahead and fulfill whatever we need to fulfill and go out there and have these people that we are out there talking to come out and be in the right state of being so we can communicate and be on one accord and have the energy flowing in togetherness and cooperation so we can duplicate and we can have each one teach one. It takes a village to raise a child. All these things that we have together, we can do this and have our health in right condition. We definitely need to have our health. I mean, people talk about eating right, but you still have to exercise. Me coming from the Marine Corps know how important that is. People think because they're eating right, but then their bodies are flabby and out of shape and no tone to it. We have to go ahead and also, I've seen people who are eat right and they just feel like, dang, what is all that flab? And they can be skinny or fat or whatever the case may be in between, but you still have to tone it up and do something to get your body in shape. And we have to do that and meditate. As you say, you meditate, think. We say think into results. Think and grow rich. Think and manifest what you do by thinking and using your mind. You go out there and you manifest it by taking action to make it become a reality. And we have to go out and not just think about it, go out and do something, action. If we don't do the action, nothing will happen. Faith without works is dead. We have to go out there and do the work. People have the faith or supposedly faith, but they don't go out and do the work. So they don't combine. Most people that we talk about hypocritical things and uh convenience. They just don't want to be changing up. They comfortable. And come on, the only way you grow is to overcome your fear. Fear is a great thing because on the other side of fear, what is on the other side of fear? That's what we should say. What is on the other side of fear? And it's different for everyone, but it's always something good. Fear is what makes you learn. It makes you grow. It makes you say, hey, I can overcome things. And that's what sometimes, if you can go ahead and conquer that and go ahead and go through it, around it, over it, your life becomes much better because sometimes that stops you from getting to where you want to go. But every time you do that, that's a learning experience. And when you learn from it, it's a priceless moment. It's priceless to what we can do. And we do need to go to bed sometimes and get that rest that we need. We need to recharge our bodies, get the rest that you need. Go out and make it happen. Meditate, because sometimes, as you say, your mind just keeps going, especially when you have that creative mind. You want to create things. And when you create things, that's a whole new ballgame. People don't know how much time that takes to create. They just see the finished product and think, oh, that's good. No, they don't see all the time, the effort that you put behind the scenes. They just see the finished and thinking, oh, that's easy or that's great, but they don't think about how it is. And we think about when you're looking at the flight of the airplane, how did it start out with the Wright brothers, paddling on a bicycle and going off a cliff or whatever the case may be. But we have to go out and see all the work that's put into it, how it migrated, how it just manifested from one small thing into a large thing. It's just as we have these cell phones. I remember Dad worked for IBM, the computer, not as much memory, nowhere near this kind of memory, but it was a huge thing, almost big as a house, the computer was, and they was all happy about that. And he said, one day we'll have computers in every home. Now look at this, computer is a phone. We got 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in your house. Kids got it. And it's like, it's a way of the world right now. So, these things, we have to be ready for the time and to change and be able to adapt. Look at COVID, changed the world 360 degrees. How are you going to function? People don't want to go back to work. They're quitting their jobs in record numbers. The reason they're doing that because they found out things. There's more valuable, it's priceless things out there. And even though look at what's going on there, the prices of everything is going up, and they can pay 17, 18, $30 an hour and still they don't want to go to work because they found out, hey, their value is much more. They find out they can do things on their own. They can become creative. And a lot of people are going into their own business, working from home. And companies have to adjust, and we are the ones that dictate what's going on. If we, as Harriet Tubman says, I could have freed a lot more slaves if they only knew they were slaves. And when we go out and do these things, everything is much better. So I'm gonna keep on rolling. Let me read out the next one. So see, someone can go next. Here we go. It goes a little something like this. Grateful end of the day. Each night before you go to sleep, inventory some of the things which you are grateful. Let these things float through your mind and calm your body. Write down at least 3 things that matter to you. Fall asleep gratefully. I'll say that one more time. Grateful end of the day. Each night before you go to sleep, inventory some of the things for which you are grateful. Let these things float through your mind and calm your body. Write down at least 3 things that matter to you. Fall asleep gratefully. All right, who wants to go next? Uno, dos, uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
It's me, Janie. Good morning. I never thought about it like that. Do you know I be so tired when I go to bed at night? I just take a shower and get in the bed and I'll be out. So I don't even think about what I'm grateful for. But what I can say is throughout the entire day, I am just thankful and grateful for all types of things. So I said, okay, what do I want to cook for dinner? And I said, okay, I'm hungry because when I was out of town, I didn't eat that food that was nasty. And I said, I want some greens. And I went to the store. I said, oh, thank you, Jesus, because you have greens. Though I have a garden, sometime I go get the store greens. And I thought about it and I said, I'm so grateful that I have collard greens in my yard. And I'm so grateful that, I had the opportunity to, you know, cook it. Like I said, girl, you got both your arms. You are so grateful for that. And I just was like, dang, just sitting around and I just look around my house and I'm taking down the Christmas decorations. And I go, I'm so thankful that I had even had the opportunity. So for me, before I go to bed, I don't say nothing. I just lay down. I be so burnt down and go to sleep. But I'm going to start implementing that in my day. I'm going to in my night and putting some things down to say what I'm grateful for because I do. When I first wake up, I say a little prayer, and just all through the day, I'm just so grateful. Like I'm just gonna say, when I was in Lake Tahoe, they had a storm, and so we had to get out of there because it was time for we had to catch our flight back home, and they was like, "Oh, I don't know, you might not be able to go. All the roads is closed." And I smiled and I said, we'll be fine. And I prayed and I asked God, I said, if you could just give us a little sunlight and stop the storm so that we can get down this hill, I'm forever grateful. The storm, I kid you not, the storm stopped, the sun shined. We got down off that hill and still missed the airplane. But my point is that I'm so grateful because I can ask him for anything and he gives it to me. And he's there for me. So back to you, Dennis.
All right, that's a great thing. Ask God for it and you shall receive. Closed mouth don't get fed. That's a wonderful thing. You said you when you at night you get tired, you go to bed, you just fall asleep. You ain't even thinking about that stuff. You're like, I'm done. See y'all, I'm out. Don't even realize it. But you say you're thankful and grateful for you have you can cook and you cook for dinner. You were thinking about having some greens. We went to the store. You said you can make some greens because you didn't like the food that was up there in Lake Tahoe. You know can be a thing because when you used to eating good and cooking good, you know the store stuff. Sometimes it don't match, especially if you're growing it yourself from nature. You know that's a great thing. You had collard greens in your garden, so you can go out there and pick your collard greens and eat some good food. You know it's growing up from the earth. You know it hasn't been chemically induced and all these other things they're putting on these insecticides and all this stuff, but you got your greens right from the earth, from Mother Nature. You're getting it right there from the Creator. And you talk about how you have both arms. You're grateful to have your arms, and so you can move your limbs. And next with the Christmas tree, you can do these things. And sometimes we take those things for granted. What we have, you appreciate all these things and the opportunity. We're grateful for having opportunity and also in your bed, you think when you go to bed, so you're going to implement at night. Let me write these things down. Let me see before I go to sleep. You may implement that and change ways. and maybe your thought process may be different. You may see some things that you hadn't seen before because you're always going to sleep. Now you're thinking about it, and you can implement that as well. And you pray throughout the day. Always praying. You said in Lake Tahoe, it was a storm, and everybody was like, "Oh, you may not get out of here." And the flight. You were saying, "Wow," but you smiled and you had to keep your flight, and you say, "Hey, I'm gonna pray on them." You stopped, you prayed, and then amazingly, sun came out. The storm stopped, and you were like, you got off that hill. You may say you missed the flight, but you asked for it, and what you asked for, you did receive. And we have to go into our inner self to be able to get that outer self into the right frame of mind and do the right thing. So that's a great thing that you have that spiritual connection. As I always say, we have to have that spiritual connection with the creator, because sometimes it's not on us. We got to go ahead and leave that faith that we have, and trust in what you do. People laugh at me sometimes because when I'm driving, I always say, I got faith because I can go anywhere I want, and I can do things and people like, oh my goodness, he ain't gonna make it, but I make it there. Sometimes you're driving, you don't know how you got there. That's the creator guiding you through to wherever you're going. He gets you to where you need to be. So that's a thing that I do sometimes. I'm like, wow, the creator, I just leave it in the hands and just get there. And even in things through life, you just leave it in the creator's hand and go for it. As you say, you walk out there and you make it happen. So he's there with you all the steps of the way. And each night, as I say, before you go to sleep, take the inventory of the things which you are grateful for. Let's change narratives. Let's, do a different paradigm. Let's make something change in our lives and think about that. We can change with the things that we think about and take inventory of it. Let me calculate and see what's going on at night. Let me do these things, and these things flow through your mind and calm your body. As it flows through your mind, those thoughts, and you can, as we dream or what we're going to think about before we go to sleep, let it float up there and think good things and calm your body, calm your mind, calm your spirit, your soul. And do these things being a great position. As I say, write these three things down that matter to you, and you fall asleep gratefully. Whatever those three things are. It's going to be doing great things for you. So that's amazing what we can do. And I thank you all for getting up. It is Tuesday. We got the what is that? Arlen Thompson leadership call this morning. We also have the assembly line tonight, and we're going to be doing the Blitz calls and Blitz webinars. We're just going to make things happen today. Let's go out there, and we have these things that we can do. Let's go ahead and be prosperous. Let's go out there and make our business work. Don't give up. Just keep on doing, keep on digging, keep on moving forward on the positive way. And the more you do that, the better off everything we do. And remind us of the gift that we have, a gift of true life. We have life that's true, and every day is a gratitude that overflows in abundance of blessings that we have, and for all of us. And let's go out there and show the world how great it is. And let's go ahead and, hey, we can do great things by doing one thing at a time. Each one teach one. We can do one step at a time. Let's go out there and show someone today. Let's give them a reason to live. Let's show them our life. Let's be that, as I always say, that light, that guiding light. You are the light, like Kelvin said the other day, to guide all these ships in and see the example. You be the example. If you don't see one, you be that example. You go ahead and take charge of the day so someone can follow you, as well as you follow someone else to get you where you are and have the wisdom to create and go on and have a better day. So I want to thank you all for joining us this morning. And as I say in Indian, I'll see you all on the beaches and adventures of the world with lots of money in your purses, wallet, pockets, and most of all, those big. Have a great day, folks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.